of the record and will be kept by the planning staff until appeal opportunities expire. Failure to raise an issue accompanied by statements or evidence sufficient to afford the commission and the parties an opportunity to respond precludes appeal to the Oregon Land Use Board of Appeals, LUBA, based on that issue. Failures of the applicant to raise constitutional or other issues relating to proposed conditions of approval with sufficient specificity to allow the commission to respond to the issue precludes an action for damages in circuit court. Prior to the conclusion of the evidentiary hearing, any participant may request additional time and the opportunity to present additional evidence or testimony regarding the proposal. This is limited to those who have spoken on the request. A repetitious testimony is not necessary and is discouraged. We have a minor change to a conditional use permit for short-term rentals for a new owner at 1585 Beach Avenue. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, and the Planning Commission will make a decision on the matter. By a show of hands, does any commissioner have any ex parte contact to declare for any of these applications? I see no hands raised. By a show of hands, does any commissioner have any personal bias or personal interest that would preclude their participation in the hearing of any of the applications? I see no hands raised. By a show of hands, does any commissioner have any potential or actual conflict of interest to declare for any of these applications? I see no hands raised. Does anyone object to the jurisdiction of the Planning Commission to hear these matters? Seeing no hands raised in objection, we will now proceed with the presentation of these applications. We'll take a little delay while we dial up the applicant's phone number. How many digits is that phone number? Is that in Taiwan?
It's a very difficult system to register numbers, so.
Hello, this is Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. This is Jerry Wolkowitz with the Brookings Planning Commission. Hi. Yeah, we have you online, and we were going to proceed with your application. The time is now 7:07, and the public hearing to consider the following application is opened. In the matter of file number MC1-25/CUP-3-17, a request for approval of a minor change of a conditional use permit at 1585 Beach Avenue, changing permit into the new property owner's names. Owners and applicants are Jeff Golden and Sarah Collard. The criteria used to decide this matter is found in section 17.124.170, short-term rentals, and section 17.116090, minor changes of the Brookings Municipal Code. We will now proceed with the staff report.
This is a request for a minor change of a conditional use permit to a short-term rental at 1585 Beach Avenue to the new property owner's name, Jeff Golden and Sarah Collard. This property was granted a conditional use permit on June 6, 2017, to use a single-family dwelling as a short-term rental. The original applicants of the conditional use permit complied with the regulations to operate a short-term rental, and the property was sold to the current applicants on March 20th, 2025, with a conditional use permit in effect. The applicants now seek a minor change of the conditional use permit into their name, which is required upon the sale of the property within 6 months, if they wish to continue using the property as a short-term rental. We did not receive any written comments from neighboring property owners, and staff recommends approval of the minor change.
All right, Jeff, do you have anything you'd like to state to the commission, and would you please give your name and mailing address?
Well, thank you. I appreciate being included by phone. Thank you for that. My name is Jeff Golden. I, along with my wife, Sarah Collard, we purchased the property at the beginning of April of this year. My mailing address is Post Office Box 1232, Ashland, Oregon, 97520. We contemplate no changes from its current operation. It will be managed by Paragon Properties as it was before, and they do a very fine job there. It will be used as VRBO pretty much exactly the way it is currently. And then when it's not scheduled and when we can, my wife and I would like to go over and enjoy it ourselves, and that's pretty much it. We very much like the property. We like the way it's been operated. We feel lucky to be able to spend time in Brookings, and be happy to answer any questions if there are any.
All right. Do any of the commissioners have a question? Any questions for Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting off lightly.
Sounds like it.
Yes. In any land use decision, the burdens of producing substantial evidence to demonstrate compliance with the applicable criteria is upon the applicants. If adequate evidence is not provided, the applicant must be denied. The applicant may be granted up to 7 additional days to submit written arguments. Does the applicant request additional time to submit written arguments? If not, are you willing to waive written arguments and have a decision made this evening?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. You know, if there is a concern, I'd sure like the option to be able to respond to it.
We've had no one answer our letters,
Nobody here.
and there's no one here to object to your application.
Okay, well, that sounds like it's safe to leave the extra 7 days. I'd like to proceed, I guess.
You'd like to pursue it?
Like to proceed.
Oh, you'd like to proceed and have a decision made this evening?
Yes, please.
Okay. It is now 7:11, and public testimony is closed on Planning Commission file number MC-1-25/CUP3-17. We will now proceed to Planning Commission discussion and make a decision on the matter. From this point forward, no member of the audience will be allowed to address the commission. So, does anyone have any comments, objections? All right. Then, do I hear a motion?
Yeah, I move that the Planning Commission approve file number MC-1-25/CUP-3-17, a request for a minor change of the conditional use permit, changing the permit for 1585 Beach Avenue into the new property owners' names, Jeff Golden and Sarah Collard, based on the findings and conclusions stated in the staff report and subject to the conditions of approval.
Second.
Commissioner Chapman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wolkowitz.
Aye.
Commissioner Bond.
Aye.
Commissioner Whittemore.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Do I hear another motion on the final order?
I move that the planning commission approve the final order regarding file MC-1-25/CUP-3-17 based on the findings and conclusions stated in the staff report and subject to the conditions of approval.
Second.
Commissioner Wolkowitz.
Aye. Yes.
Commissioner Chapman.
Aye.
Commissioner Whittemore.
Aye.
Commissioner Bond.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, your application is approved, Jeff. You are now
Grateful.
registered.
Thank you very much, and again, thanks for looping us in by phone.
Yep.
Or meeting some of you at some point. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you. You wanna-
Good night.
Good night.
It's disconnected. Hung up.
Okay. Okay, approval of the minutes of the meeting, our last meeting. Are there any comments or revisions to be made to the meeting minutes of May 6, 2025?
Nope.
Motion?
I move that the planning commission approve the planning commission minutes of May 6, 2025.
Second.
Commissioner Whittemore.
Aye.
Commissioner Bond.
Aye.
Commissioner Wolkowitz.
Aye.
Commissioner Chapman.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. And since we don't have an audience, I don't think we need to ask for any comments. Any reports from the planning staff? Next meeting?
Nothing specific. We have no meeting planned for August. We will hopefully have a meeting in September. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Any final comments from any of the commissioners? It is now 7:15 and the meeting is adjourned.
Okay.